Hey guys, I'm just here to do a quick read because I'm aggravated. And what's today? Tuesday? Yeah, YouTube is, I have a little bit of space, let's put it that way. So I figured, let me come up here. I said my piece. I just did a live a few minutes ago. It's a very short live, but I was to the point. I said what I had to say, and I also put some additional comments online, and I mean what I say. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I just feel like when it comes to certain lives, if you will, all right, I'm a black woman, right? I feel like I've been complaining about this, right? And the funny thing is, these people knew way before I knew, right? My whole life, people have been following me around. I always knew that. I didn't know why. I've had people attack me and everything else, honey. So JEANETTA knew all about it, and the state knows, but they know that they covered up something because they got a ring in the hospital. There's a baby ring inside Yale New Haven Hospital. They know that, right? See, but what they're doing right now is trying to cover it up. They will never let the state in. The state knew about it because they got all the people that worked insurance in those hospitals that morphed over to the state. So it's a whole operation. JEANETTA is involved. And I believe if she's ever treated you at, what's the name of that hospital? State of Connecticut, Park Street, the one on Park Street. My mother and father worked over there for years. So if you suspect something went a little wrong with your paperwork, I would go into those charts and see what she signed off on during her time there, because she may have done something to get you guys in some sort of situation. I believe that she had a hand in what was done to Yolanda. I don't want to say the girl's last name. I've already made clear who these people are, but Yolanda was married to Gregory. They were working at that hospital, and they tried to get her caught up when she didn't do anything. This girl had a job. She was traveling all over the world, but her mother, Shirley West, okay, this is the same woman. As soon as her husband dropped the divorce papers, the ink didn't even doggone dry. She went and got Brother Eddie, the church pedophile. All right, so this is the type of hoes that we talking about. So yeah, JEANETTA probably did go in Yolanda's file and do some shady shit for Gregory's mother, who worked at Wells Fargo over in Westville. All right. Anybody on Whaley Avenue going to tell you how the Wells Fargo bank go? It's all corruption. So all your information is compromised. Everybody, if you live in everybody got your information. All right. My Bank of America account was started by somebody from Bulgaria. They went to my college. Diana. I can tell you every detail. I know who I am. I am who I am. I don't know who. See, that's why I don't tell everybody every little detail. Number one, the type of thinking that I do, the folks around me, it doesn't translate to them, right? So they're on this whole other, all this nonsense. I'm not really about that life, as you can see, right? So there's no point in me sharing intricate details with people who don't know what I'm talking about, right? They ain't interested in what I'm talking about. So if I'm talking to you about an insurance company and how there's some corruption that I see, and I'm talking to somebody who's smoking weed and worried about their boyfriend, I ain't saying nothing bad about smoking, knock yourself out. But how do you utilize your time, all right? You're using it for medicinal purposes or what? Well, you got somebody drinking, smoking, sleeping with all these different people. I'm not expecting you to be able to have the conversation with me that I need to have. You can't stimulate the only part of me that you can stimulate is the party side. That don't do nothing for me. I'm too compartmentalized. That don't work for me. So my point is, if you need the real story, you'd have to come to me to get the real story. Watching me, you ain't gonna get nothing. You ain't gonna get nothing from me driving by my house and watching it. For what was you watching for? What, you got 111 watching for what? All you see is what I say, and now you cheap. And now you done started all of this stuff, and you all over the news, and it's going to stay that way. And not only will you be all over the news, but your kids will too. Because once you get exposed, it trickles down. All the research. Oh, when did she get pregnant? Oh, what's that timeline? Oh, when did she get married? Just like that same shit did you try to do to me? Right, Pisces from ESPN and wherever you work. That losing, that hating ass losing Pisces. He a hater. You know who you is, and I know the rest of your story too, boo. And I'm a sure teller. You gonna piss me off. I already see, but right now I'm working on something else. But when I get to you, you know how when you was little, and your mama said, when I get to you, it's gonna be for old and new. Honey, when I get through with your ass, I can't wait to rip you apart, but I ain't there yet. All right, the Fed's watching you already. You got, never mind. Anyway, y'all. So I'm just hanging out with y'all. I'm just thinking of all the effery. I'm just like, this is insanity. Yo, these people really is right in front of your face, sending folks to your job, and your mother did it, your boss had to tell you, and the mother really gonna sit there and act like she don't know what's going on. The boss, Deb, really gonna act like she ain't meet Ebony in the North Haven parking lot, right? Over there, what was it? Big Lots? When Ebony was in there with Deb, Ebony walked in smelling like weed. I was like, oh, that's my director. They didn't look surprised to know each other. Let's put it this way. They didn't look surprised. They looked just like they knew each other. They was looking at each other strange. I'm like, what the fuck y'all looking at each other strange for? So there are many things that have happened along this journey that told me that Ebony was off. Since she was little, she been sneaking in Jeanette's window, sleeping with Silky and what's the brother, Silky and Dwayne, sleeping with both of them. She done slept with everybody in New Haven, so I don't understand why y'all surprised that she got the AIDS virus. Why are you surprised that this chick got to test 6 to 7, because 7 to 8, because every single time she get pregnant? Why are you surprised? And then you gonna look at me because I choose to separate myself from these crazy people, that they don't put a wig on or something and act like they me? Get out of here. I don't give no fucks about none of y'all, but being that you came for me, I'm going to send for you. It's going to be real bad, too. I'm exposing names, okay? If I could spell a name with some blocks, I shall. Don't play with me now. I ain't going to do that right now. Because when I'm in this type of energy, only the last time I was this hype, which I ain't even really hype like that, but last time I was heated and I did that 41-minute read, some smoke came out, and I guess the government was like, yeah, we can't really let that out. It was obvious because you know how I keep doing that. I'm checking to make sure the thing is recorded. So that's what I was doing. Gone. Yo, they got rid of that. Whatever was in there. Because what y'all got after that was, you know how they try and suck your energy. They took my read from me, but it ain't gonna stop. The information's still gonna get out. I don't care who you is. Every baby coming out. Since you want to play me and sun me in my face and act like the information and the evidence that I gave you ain't real, like somebody ain't come on my property, mess up the plugs in my house. Since you want to act like you ain't see it, I'm act like I don't see you. Remember that. There ain't no mercy on enemies. And as far as I'm concerned, if I've been complaining to you, presenting evidence and assisting you with who's doing it, and you still gonna act like that, I'm good with you. But what I am gonna do is turn this shit around right on you, though. So now we gonna look at your ass. And don't fuck with me because these readings are for entertainment purposes only. So if I want to do a state of Connecticut read, I could do that. Fuck you gonna do? What is you gonna do? You ain't gonna do shit. Just like you ain't do shit when you let Denise Wilkins and Marcella Muhammad and all the rest of them. What's that other boy's name? He a Cancer. He be with Denise Wilkins, who's a Leo. He lived near Marcus. Marcus is a Cancer. Yup. Patty is a Scorpio. Deb is a Libra. Don't fuck with me. Then you got the other little lady over in the corner, Darlene. I want to be sucking everybody's in the office. Her going up to people to my hi, big daddy. I ain't never heard of that in no office place. So you got all types of fuckery going on at the state of Connecticut, right? And when these people go ahead and steal your information, then they get the union to cover their asses, which is why in my company, I don't know. I don't really think, I don't know. I got to pray about that because I ain't having that shit. You ain't going to have no old just... You will empty out my company by having these old hoes in there sucking dick in my company, and I can't do nothing about it. Bitch, if I don't get my fucking company up and move the hell up out your state, I'm not having it. As a matter of fact, I might just stay offline, period. I ain't got to rent no office space. Okay? People renting office space is, I want my company to have a presence in a major area. That's fine, but it's costing you money to do it. You don't necessarily have to operate that way, but we want the presence. We want that old Ivy League presence. Well, you can have that, but it's going to cost you. I don't choose to, and I don't want that cost. So I don't want nothing to do with you in your buildings, okay? Then will nobody be sucking dicks inside my buildings and we got to go investigate and all this other. Nobody's doing that. So you guys need to really get it together. The reason why you're stuck with these old sucking or in these offices is because you allow it. And in most cases, it's because these unions allow it. All right? You got a little girl that just got out of college. Excellent at what she does. Excellent. We can't keep her because Darlene got a little jealous and she's 20 years younger than me. So I'm jealous and I'm scared that she's going to say Big Daddy to Marcus too. So what I need to do is treat her like shit. And then she runs about the company and bitch, that's what we won't be doing at my company. Nobody will be run out. My goal is to retain talent. And you cannot do it as long as you got these old fucks in there, corrupt ones. I'm speaking to corruption. Now, I'm not talking about the folks that show up every day to feed their families and, you know, can I go home early on Friday? Well, yeah. Especially people who are productive. I believe that deserves reward. These other motherfuckers who are going up to people yelling, Big Daddy, Darlene, you are a skank anyway. You are a low-life skank. You are trash beyond trash. You a trash bag, straight up. And you was part of it. You was part of the gang stalking and talking shit. But this is the thing, honey. You need to go sit your ass down, okay? Because I don't know. Maybe Big Daddy Marcus did bang you out. I don't know. I wouldn't touch you with a fucking plunger. I wouldn't. If I was a guy, I wouldn't touch you. I just... See, but I don't know. People like you be delusional. And I don't know if you be giving Big Daddy Marcus some money or something. Because the only way I see him fucking you is if you got a couple of bucks to give him. So that's the type of hoe Darlene is. She works at the side, the corner. She starts trouble in the office. She goes to Chantel. She does deals with her, those side parking lot deals. They try and gang stalk. Bitch, I'm coming for you. You a fuck hoe. Big Daddy Marcus, you old nasty bitch. There you go, Darlene. Get these nuts, hoe. That's one message. I'll record another one. Love you, Darlene. Darlene. Suck a dick, bitch.